Welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. I'm bringing you a showcase of one of my favorite epic champions in the entire game, and that is going to be Fayne. She is an absolutely fantastic damage dealer as well as a debuff champion, so we're going to be going over her kit, showing you some gameplay with her, and talking a little bit more about her today. What does she do? Well, on her A1, she attacks one enemy 2 times, each hit having a 50% chance of stealing 5% of the target's current turn meter. A2 attacks one enemy, 100% chance of placing 2 5% poison debuffs and a 50% decrease attack. And then her A3 is going to attack one enemy 3 times. First hit, 100% chance of placing a big version of decreased defense for 3 turns. Second hit, weaken for 3 turns. And the third hit, healing her by 4% of her max HP. Only thing to note here is that this is, of course, on a 4-turn cooldown. These are going to be on a 3-turn cooldown, going up for 2 turns. So overall, she can definitely help keep up the weaken and the decreased defense for you, especially somewhere in like a clan boss. I'm going to go ahead and show the multipliers on screen here now. This champion is definitely, she's built. I have her empowered +1 as well as a 6-star awakening on her. So this is what she's rocking here. 7,000 on the attack, 169 on the speed, 107 on the crit rate, and 302% on the crit damage. And then she still has 272 accuracy and 250 resistance as well. These are the masteries that I have rocking with her. I came down to War Master here, nothing too crazy, and I do have counterattack masteries on her as well because she can actually hit incredibly hard. I'll go ahead and show you the gear here real quick too if you're curious about that sort of thing. Very good merciless piece right here. If I get this fully ascended with attack percentage, she'll be rocking with a little bit more attack there too, which will be quite nice. Very decent piece here as well. I'll actually go ahead and put an attack glyph on this a couple of times. Let's see, there we go. There's the 8%. Booster up by a little bit, I'm sure. Let's see what that took us to. We're now at 7193, perfect. And then nothing too crazy even on the accessories here. I do use her quite frequently inside clan boss, so I use her basically daily, multiple times a day there because she is on my auto clan boss team. That being said, the team that I was using was affinity friendly, but then it is not working anymore after I changed her build on Spirit. I don't know why. The speeds are all the same. The masteries did not change. It's a bit weird, but that's Raid Shadow Legends for you. I'll have to put some time into that at some point. For the time being, I can't really do Spirit. I will go ahead and show the run of Clan Boss here on the screen, though. Some other areas, of course, that you can get use out of her is going to be the Cursed City. There's a lot of stages in here where she could be useful. We could take her into somewhere like Faction Wars as well, of course. If we go ahead and take a look at the Skinwalkers, there's not a whole lot of proficient damage dealers, especially not in the epic or rare categories for this particular faction. So apart from somebody like Fayne, another very good damage dealer would be somebody like an Akemptum, but he is, of course, a Void epic, which took me even quite a while to get him. Inside the rares, you do have somebody like a Chandler who has a good multiplier, but he's not really supposed to be a nuker. He's more of a support champion. Once you get into the legendaries here, you definitely have some more options in terms of damage and stuff like that that you can bring to the team. But of course, if you're trying to look for a low spend or a more free to play option, you might want to go ahead and look towards somebody like a Fayne. The cool thing with her too is, of course, we can go ahead and empower her a lot easier since she is an epic champion, right? It's going to be a lot easier to get duplicates of her. Let's go ahead. We're going to run into Arena here and see what we can make happen. So let's just go ahead and bring in my speed team here. We're going to bring in, of course, Fayne, and then I am going to have to bring in probably an Eastrid as well to get the second turn meter boost in there, just because my Fayne is slow as hell since she's being built for the clan boss. Perhaps it would be better to bring in an Armands in this situation, but we're going to go ahead and do this and hope that we can get enough of a boost to go first. Go ahead and decrease their turn meters a little bit there as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and put it on 1-time speed here. We're going to hit into probably their... This team is not very tanky by any means, so let's just go ahead and try to tap down the Armands. Boom, boom, boom. We got weak hits for days, apparently, so we couldn't actually get a whole lot of damage there, unfortunately. We'll try this again, though, so we'll go ahead and put the Arbiter to sleep. Let's go ahead and decrease some turn meter here. Fayne should be coming back around to her skill soon enough. Boom, boom. decreased a bit of turn meter there. Let's go ahead and hit again. Boom! 98k on the A2 coming in from Fayne. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't find a bit of a tankier team here, ladies and gentlemen, because that was just too easy. This might be absolutely perfect. So instead of Crixia, we're going to go ahead and bring in our Mons. Let's see how it goes. I do definitely love Fayne, though, because she has a lot of progression options for somewhere like a clan boss team, for example. So normal clan boss, of course, you're not really going to get use out of her in hard clan boss. Let's go ahead and do this. The Sifi could easily come in and cleanse here as well. I don't think we didn't get the cooldown decrease on her. Let's go ahead and try to sheep here and at least strip everybody else. Let's go ahead and do this. Fayne, if you could get a turn, that would be great, gal. Alright, let's go ahead and do the triple hitter into Taurus. Boom, boom, boom. Some decent damage there, and keep in mind Taurus does, of course, decrease the damage he receives by 50% as well. So if he wasn't doing that, I have a feeling we probably would have taken him down a lot lower. So let's go ahead and look at her kit a little bit more in depth here, right? Because just showing her off in the arena doesn't really do her justice. So not only is she bringing your decreased attack, she's also bringing 2 5% poisons, and she's bringing a decreased defense and a weaken on a single target. So if you're putting her into any sort of a position where you're doing single target damage, so a lot of Doom Tower bosses, for example, Faction Wars bosses, Clan boss, Fire Knight, Dragon, anywhere like that, she's definitely going to excel. She definitely has decent multipliers still, even though they're not, you know, the best in the game kind of thing. But we'll go ahead and we'll run her into Dragon 20 here. We'll just delete this team, it's whatever. We'll bring in, of course, our Arbiter as well as a Lydia, and then the Fayne. And I'll go ahead and bring Eostrid as well, just to make sure that nobody goes in front of her. And you'll probably be able to see she'll be able to do some decent damage, but she's not going to be the most incredible epic in terms of damage or anything like that. That's not her role per se. She does very, very good damage while still bringing a lot of crucial debuffs for your team. So let's go ahead, boost her up again here, since we didn't quite get a turn. There we go. These are all weak for her as well, or strong affinity against her. So you can see she definitely does decent damage there. She just did about 180k on that particular target. Let's go ahead and see if we can boost up a little bit more here. Not even boost up per se, but just get her another turn essentially. And see if she can do some hitting on her A2, of course. Again, though, these guys are going to be strong affinity against her, so this might be a weak hit. It is. Let's go ahead and switch out here. Let's go, that's Dragon 20, let's go 21. She'll actually be strong affinity here. Let's try this. Alright, let's go ahead and boost up. Of course, she does have 7,000 attack as well, so you'd pretty much expect any champion at this level to be absolutely smacking the opposition. But for an epic like her to smack the opposition as well as bringing all those debuffs, it is definitely quite impressive. 233k there on the A2. Definitely a very, very nice hit for sure. I do definitely also have a sweet spot in my heart for Fayne, because she is one of the first real damage dealers that I got in the game, especially one of the first real damage dealers that I implemented into my clan boss team. So her being on my account for so long definitely makes me a little bit biased for her. She did almost 100k on a 2x hitter on the A1 there as well, by the way, which is absolutely nuts. That being said, though, I'd be interested to hear where you guys actually end up using this champion. I do think she'd be very, very good for a lot of areas in the Doom Tower as well. So, for example, she could help you out in Griffin, probably Magma Dragon, sorry, any sort of single target damage that you need brought in, she'll be able to take care of it for you. I bet in the proper team composition, she'd actually be very proficient inside Sand Devil and Phantom Shogun as well. Those two dungeons, of course, right? Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.